A mass hanging from a spring is set in motion and its ensuing velocity is given by v of t equals negative 5 pi sine pi t, t greater than or equal to 0. Assume the positive direction is upward and s of 0 equals 5. Determine the position function for t greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so you're given a velocity function. You want to find a position function. What do? Well, you need to find the antiderivative of this. And then we're going to use s of 0 equals 5 to further determine the position function. So let's write this down real quick. So we have the integral of velocity with respect to t is equal to the position function. Okay. So let's go ahead and find that integral. So we have negative 5 pi. I'll put that out front since it's a constant. Sine of pi t dt. Okay, so you could probably look this one up with some formulas, but this is just a u substitution. So we can say u is equal to pi t, du is equal to pi dt. So dt is equal to du over pi, and just divide by pi on both sides. Okay, so the substitution, u goes here, dt gets replaced by du over pi, so we get negative 5 pi times the integral of sine u du over pi. Now this du over pi, notice we have a pi out front, we have a pi here, those are just going to cancel. So we get negative 5 times the integral of sine u du. Okay, so what is the integral of the sine function? Well, it's negative cosine, so we'll get negative 5 times negative cosine u. Don't forget plus c. We don't have limits of integration, so we have to put plus c on this problem. Notice the negative signs cancel out, so we get 5 cosine u plus c. That is almost your position function. How do we finish finding the position function? Well, we have to use this little bit of information. S of 0 equals 5. We plug in a 0 in for t and set it all equal to 5. So set the whole thing equal to 5. So 5 equals 5 cosine 0 plus c. That is a 0 there. Okay. So what is cosine of 0? Well, it's 1. So this whole thing will turn into 5, and this is 5. So we get 0 equals c. So in this particular case, our c is equal to 0, so we don't have to mess with writing it. So our position function is equal to 5 cosine of u. And we could plug in, we probably should have plugged in our limits of integration earlier, but it doesn't matter at this point. So 5 cosine of pi t. Okay, just to make sure that we understand, actually I should have right here, I should have changed this to a pi t, but when we plugged in 0, it still would have zeroed out this term. So if you want, you can say, okay, well this is pi t. And when we plugged in a 0 here, 0 times pi is still 0. So the c turns out to be the same. And just a slight little error that we've corrected. There is your position function. Okay? And that's it.